she's an orphan in Kangemi. She's been living with her grandmother. She had never gone to school for 3 days straight and so she was performing very badly. Until when we introduced this program in third term of 2023, is when she went to school for every day. She moved from the bottom of her class to top 10 in the city. And she got a chance to go to Loreto Convent, Limuru. So he said, because he has quoted your school. So he said, because of this. Yeah. So he said, because of having this chance at an education, she will never remove it. So in fact, now what I have to do is to keep refreshing her watch, because it's a symbol for her. The reason I wear it, I don't eat in those schools, but it's a commitment. It reminds me of the commitment of these children. And Senator Kinywa, 29% is because of food. The population does not grow by 29%. The population of Nairobi grows by 4%, 3 to 4% annually. I was talking to the headmaster of Hospital Hill Primary School. The head teacher tells me they have a waiting list of 6,000 parents who want to bring children to that one school because of food. So yes, what we've done is a pilot. We've shown that it is possible, that it can be done consistently. Yeah, to date we've done 60 million meals. 60 million, meaning we fed the whole country plus 10 million. It is scalable. And now with these regulations, and we'll have the board, you will see your people, whether it is your Safaricom CEO, the KPMG, who are not sitting in that board, and a secretariat. Nairobians can be able to support a child or sponsor a child and for it to be audited. So Chair, for the bursaries and the food, there has been no additional budgetary allocation, but our intergovernmental agreement on food specified a shilling for shilling matching, it just hasn't been done. And so the national government owes us that money. They owe us, and if you can help us get it, we'll be very happy. But it's a commitment made, it's on paper, it is signed. When I go to Senator Kinywa's questions, before I come to Senator Catherine Muma, the percentage growth is directly attributable. And I'll be very happy to table a report, Chair, of a study being done by the University of London, College of Hygiene and Health Sciences, on the health outcomes of these children. These children are much healthier. We're actually monitoring. Chair, every day we have labs. And I'd like, by the way, if this committee one day can come on a tour for me to showcase what this process is, from beginning to end, and we go to the schools. I would really...
We enter the two counties after meeting the governor. We go to the counties. So we are coming.
Wonderful. That will be great. And so we test, we have our labs, every single cauldron used, container used, every surface. When the food goes to school, the temperature is checked. If it is below a certain temperature, that food is not served. The container is sealed. The trucks are specialized. It is a high logistical exercise, and I thank God that it has been successful for the time it has been there. I don't want to cause karma by saying anything, but we have had no single incident since 2023, that time to 2025. The question on the chapatis, it was humorous, but it's a real, the children really wanted it, and they really want it. And so the 1 million came because I was saying, look, if I feed 300,000 and each one takes 3, of course that comes to close to 1 million, but doesn't mean that you'll do that every single day. The machine that we have found does 6,000 to 8,000 a day. One has been paid for by the president. We are procuring the other one. And so some schools now can have it, it's not every day. Some schools can have today in one part of the city, we're in 6 barrows. Another barrow can have the next day or another day, but the children love it. School feeding cannot be how it was when we were kids, where you're given food that is boring, that you don't enjoy. It has to be nutritious, but also tasty and also exciting for the children. And our food is actually very, very tasty. It is nice. One day, if you walk down the road,
maybe Governor, as you're talking on that, so that I don't come back to it.
Yeah.
School feeding programs.
Yeah.
What is the relationship between building kitchens and having a service provider?
So the service provider, Chair, runs the service. The infrastructure is ours. So we built 17 of these central kitchens. Each of them does between 15 to 20,000 meals. But the employees there, running the buses, sourcing the food, whether it is carrots, tomatoes, whatnot, is done by someone we have contracted, called Food for Education. Because one, we saw that they have actually skin in the game, because they have a huge kitchen that already built. When I was in the Senate, you remember when we had the Mang Bills bill by Senator Eno. I spoke about what I saw in the Senate. Remember during COVID, there was a lot of vandalism that happened in schools. And so with friends of mine, I went to donate some desks in a few schools, in Olympic, in Tagoreti North, Katina Primary, and in Kinyanjuro Primary. When I went to Kinyanjuro Primary and these schools, normally when you go there, they'll say, oh, Senator Kinywa, we're happy to see you, we're excited. Then you ask the children, what do you want? They'll say, we want a basketball, or they'll say they want a school bus. But children started saying, we want food. And so I tried to bring an amendment into that bill to say that the national government must provide for school feeding by getting it from the farmers. Unfortunately, the bill didn't see light of day. I think it was reintroduced in this Senate.